Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today I'm going to be mastering the MK11 Mod 0 and the QBU-88, which means I need to get 500 kills with each gun. We're going to talk about some of the differences between the weapons, play styles, and here we go. I actually get the Mastery Dog tag on the MK11, but I don't like to leave it at just the Mastery Dog tag. I like to go ahead, get a few more kills, make sure I really know that gun. Now, as you all know, we're right on the cusp of Battlefield 4. The beta is right around the corner, literally less than a week away from playing the beta right now. And there's been a lot of news flying around because there's some game conventions going on, and they've been demoing Zavad 311 on the Xbox One and I think maybe even the PlayStation 4 at different game conventions. There is some info out about them. DICE has even revealed what all the new multiplayer maps are going to be. There's been some concept work of it revealed. If you want to know more about that, I've put some links in the video description just to keep you guys updated. Now, if you guys are on a mission of mastery like I am, trying to master all the primary weapons before Battlefield 4 comes out, then it's really important to pick the right map for the specific weapon that you're trying to master. I particularly like Karg Island on Team Deathmatch because it gives me a lot of variety in terms of me being able to pick the distances that I engage my opponents. Gulf of Oman is another good map. I recommend this map if you have a good computer because it is one of the slowest playing maps on the PC. I don't know how it fares on the console, but I can say the frame rate just drops really low on the PC. So if you've got a good computer, then try out this map. It has a lot of cover and buildings for you to sort of be a little bit more stealthy. You don't want to engage your opponents head on with a Mark 11. This gun is really meant for medium to long range engagements. Now obviously it is a sniper rifle. It's for the recon class only, and I think it's important at this stage of the game in Battlefield 3 to start relating weapons to the Battlefield 4 counterparts. Now the MK11 Mod 0 is returning in Battlefield 4 is a DMR for universal use. So any class can use this weapon. You want to be a support class and just drop an ammo box at your feet, hold up in a building, and just snipe people for all days, being extremely liberal with your ammo, just shooting at everything, then you can do that. Now the weapon is going to get a bit of a change for Battlefield 4. It's getting a magazine upgrade. Currently it has a 10 round magazine with one extra in the chamber for a total of 11 shots. And in Battlefield 4 we're getting a 20 round magazine. Now this doesn't mean that it's going to perform exactly the same and just have a bigger magazine. I think the gun is actually probably going to get a bit of a damage model change up. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think it will probably be closer to maybe an SKS or get different damage multipliers. Now part of the reason why Gulf of Oman TDM starts to run so slow is because most of the buildings in this map are destructible. And the geometry increases exponentially once a building is destroyed, becomes much more complex and interesting, but your frame rate tends to go down with that as well. Now, within the rubble, you have to get used to the hitboxes. If you can take advantage of the rubble, learn the hitboxes of the rubble, you can actually excel in these types of maps really well. Knowing how to move throughout the rubble, knowing where the invisible walls are, which is an unfortunate part of this game, but once you learn it, you can start to use them to your advantage and take cover behind some of the invisible hitboxes that are actually going to expose you visually, but still absorb some of the shots coming at you. I have no doubt that this is going to be a big part of Battlefield 4 as well, so learning your maps while they're fully constructed and then deconstructed is going to be a big part of excelling in that game. Visually speaking, the MK11 Mod 0 is nearly identical to the M16. Most of the parts are interchangeable with an M16. The internals are different. It shoots a different size round, which is why it does more damage. But what's cool about it not only being so visually similar is that DICE gave it pretty much the exact same reload as the M16. So you get that nice short reload of 1.85 seconds, which means you shouldn't really be running out of rounds when you're engaging your opponents. Kill one guy, kill two guys, kill three guys, reload the gun as fast as possible and re-engage your opponents. It really just affords you the ability to always have a full magazine. Now, I really do run the MK11 Mod 0 pretty much stock. I use the American Hollow sight, and as you can see, I've switched over to the QBU-88, and I've got an extra little attachment on here, which is the laser sight. So I'm still using the hollow sight, but for that hipfire, I've got laser on here because the QBU is a bullpup design, and it allows for very accurate hipfire, giving me more options in close quarter combat. I feel much more secure with this weapon when getting up close and personal, and as you can see here, I got no problem trying to hip fire these guys, and that guy there kind of absorbed some of the shots because of spawn invulnerability. Now Battlefield 4 seems like it's going to have a different spawn invulnerability system. When I was playing around, I had a couple spawn ins where I pretty much seemed to die instantly. Now that can happen in Battlefield 3 if you start running around as soon as you spawn. Like if you're just holding forward when you spawn, you can die pretty much instantaneously because it negates your spawn invulnerability. But it looks like BF4 has either a shorter spawn invulnerability or none at all, because I got some weird spawn ins in BF4 where it was just like instant death. Now to sort of make up for this changed spawn invulnerability system in the game, you can actually view your teammates before you spawn on them. It shows you the little camera of them running around, and you can kind of gauge based on that camera what their action situation is like, so you can decide if it's a worthwhile spawn. If you spawn into them and you see bullets flying past before you hit that spawn button and you die, well then it's kind of your fault. And there we go, got the mastery dog tag for the QBU-88. Again, you'll notice because I'm using a sniper rifle, I'm picking a map where I can sort of choose my engagement distance, or it has slightly longer range engagements. And you'll see here this little spot is perfect for killing guys at long range. It's something that I would have a much tougher time doing with your average assault rifle. I really don't like to play with DMRs on maps like No Shark Canals because it's mostly close quarters. If you want to run with a shotgun or something that reloads real fast, then No Shark Canals is a great TDM map to unlock stuff on. A lot of you guys have also commented that I should do more conquest and more rush objective game modes when I'm doing loadout videos or weapon mastery videos, and I agree that does make for more entertaining gameplay, but I gotta say the server popularity generally when I'm recording is not that full, so it takes a lot longer to try and get that gameplay footage for you when I'm playing on objective game modes. That being said, I can tell you that DMRs, or rather sniper rifles, are perfect for rush-based game modes because you can always set yourself up in defensive or offensive little hidey spots and really pick off your opponents at a distance. And I feel like the recon class in Rush is probably at its fullest potential because you can put in spawn beacons, which are crucial to Rush. You can use motion sensors, again very critical to pushing up in Rush, and you can take out your opponents at range. So even though I really don't think the recon class got enough love in Battlefield 3, I think Rush is one of the few game modes where it can be incredibly useful. You'll notice I put down a tugs right there because this is a very active corner. It's going to allow me to peek at my foes from a distance and know when they're rushing us, because that's something very important to know with the recon class. It's when you're getting rushed, it can set you up for engaging those aggressive opponents. Now the motion sensor balls in Battlefield 4 are going to be infinitely more useful than a tugs. Now it's nice that a tugs pretty much lasts for as long as you're alive. You can set it up at a corner, but if you want to be that aggressive recon, if you want to push up through the map, then a tugs is a motion sensor ball is going to come in handy. When they give you multiple of them, it's going to be even more handy. You can chuck them real quick, you can throw them at corners before you get there to decide if you want to, say, cross a street before you know what's on the other side. So it's just so useful for those kinds of situations, and I have a feeling that also is going to beef up the recon class so much more in Battlefield 4. Now generally after these weapon mastery videos, I'm like, hey guys, tell me what weapon to pick next, but we're getting so close to Battlefield 4 beta that I realize I'm going to have to speed up the pace on these. I'm going to go ahead and master all 4 shotguns for the next mastery video, and hopefully that'll be coming out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be going over a lot of auto shotties. Frankly, my least favorite weapons in the game, but I think you guys are going to see some pretty entertaining kill streaks and some just absolutely ruthless close quarter combat. As always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.